Of course, if you have one child who has talked openly about being homeless, about being in and out of rehab, that's the one that you worry about. And I'm sure that they spent their entire lives trying to give him every opportunity to heal. And, you know, it's terrifying when that doesn't work. Yeah. And then somehow that addiction and resentment turns into murderous anger. Yeah. It's unfathomable.
Yeah, Kennedy, of course, talking about the murder of director Rob Reiner and his wife, followed by news of their son's arrest, sending shockwaves through Hollywood. Let's bring in two criminal defense attorneys, Vikas Bajaj and Josh Ritter, who also host the weekly Rap Sheet on Fox Nation. Thank you both for coming on. I want to put this timeline up, Vic, for you on Nick Reiner here. Saturday, they went to a Christmas party at Conan O'Brien's house. Arguments, loud. Everybody said very disruptive. The family left early. Sunday, authorities find Rob and Michele Reiner dead in the home. Sunday police briefing, few details. We talked about that last night. And then late Sunday, Nick Reiner taken into custody. Does he have a defense? He's got a history of trouble, drug use, homelessness, some mental issues. What's about the defense for you, Vic?
Well, it depends on what he is defending. Is he defending and trying hard to hold on and grasp to avoid the death penalty? Yes, he has a defense because he has significant mental problems in the past, disorders that have been treated. I think he has been in dual diagnosis programs somewhere close to a dozen times, and that's alcohol and drugs and some sort of a psychological diagnosed issue. So these are all things that we could consider to be bad or things that can predict criminality. But when you're talking about death penalty, these are things that you look at and say, hey, you know what? This is actually good for the defendant. We have an explanation as to what may have happened other than just mischievous, depraved heart murder. If he's defending against something else, such as life without parole, or just trying to say, you know what, I was insane at the time, temporary insanity, different elements, different proof. But I'll tell you what, his defense is going to be on their heels immediately. And if they know what's going on, they're going to say, hey, DA, let's have a sit down. Don't make this mandatory death penalty.
Meantime, you have the Brown shooting, new videos of a person of interest, except the old person of interest, his name got out. He was released. The police chief in Providence said this.
The question was that past few days, an individual was identified and was detained. And he was a person of interest. We had him here. He's asking, how does that get out to the media? How does that happen? My answer to that is I have no control over what's being released or circulated in the media. Speculations that occur. What we can control is what we give you here.
And the thing is, they made everybody in Providence feel like they were safe, everybody at Brown University, when in fact the gunman was still armed, dangerous, and on the run.
No, you're absolutely right. And on top of it, you're giving the armed gunman, the real person they're looking for, that much more time to get away. Listen, I completely understand investigations are fluid. They're dealing with a lot of information. It's coming in quickly. They're trying to do the best that they can, and I applaud their efforts here. And sometimes that's going to lead to dead ends. But it is unfortunate that in this case, it looks like they spent a considerable amount of time and resources on the wrong person. And the part that's a little more troubling is that they said they had a change in information that made them not look at this person they had in custody and decide they needed to look at somebody else. And I'm wondering, well, are they getting accurate information, or is that continuing to develop?
A lot of people are wondering exactly that. Meantime, you had this is the FBI's assistant director, the lead guy in Los Angeles on this foiled terror plot. Watch.
The subject arrested envisioned planting backpacks with improvised explosive devices to be detonated at multiple locations in Southern California, targeting U.S. companies. These bombs were to blow up at the same time on midnight this New Year's Eve. The plan stated that the IEDs would be complex pipe bombs.
I mean, the question, Vic, is it tough to prosecute? An action, you would think, easy to prosecute because they did something. This is a plan. Easy to prosecute, tough to prosecute.
I'll tell you why this case, excuse me, is easy to prosecute. And that's because you have 4 people that are racing over to the Department of Justice. They're knocking on the U.S. Attorney's door, and their lawyers are saying, hey, you know what? My client can connect all the dots, put all this together for you, make a deal with me first. And each one of these 4 defendants are going to do the exact same thing. Now, you may have 1 or 2 that are just such die-hard anti-Americans, and it looks like pro-Palestine mantras there, but At the end of the day, reality strikes when the cell block closes. It's a rush to the DOJ, and you're going to see some deals quickly.
Lastly, the Wisconsin judge, Hannah Dugan, right? I mean, put her picture up on the screen. She's admitted that she helped this guy get out the back door. Now, the judge has got some questions here. I don't know. What do you think about it? They're going back to court tomorrow morning. The trial continues. What do you think about this, Josh?
You're supposed to be the pillar of the criminal justice system. You are a person, literally, your job as a judge is to sit in judgment of others and how they follow the law, and not if they decide which laws they like, which laws they don't, if they have their own moral compass pointing them in a different direction. And to behave in this type of way, this type of conduct where you're subverting justice yourself, it's appalling to me, and I'm very grateful that the DOJ is taking it seriously and going after it.
We shall see what happens to Judge Dugan. Josh, Vic, thank you both.